Okay, so today we are talking about the Mandela Effect. Once again, by request. Someone asked that I do some more of these Mandela effects to debunk it, so that's what I'm going to do. I am thoroughly convinced that this is a psychological problem at least, and at most it is a spiritual attack, and we've talked about that extensively. But today, what I want to do is I want to encourage you to get over to this other channel and watch a video. Okay, how many times do I do that? Never, right? Get over to this channel. I subscribe to him and I like him. His personality especially is very nice. He's so polite. And his name is Tom Scott. Now, this video that I watched, it says I asked 64,182 people about Jingle Bells, Batman Smells. Here's what I found out. Okay? Now, this is related to the Mandela Effect, and I'll explain how. Now, what he saw happen, I'm not going to, it's a spoiler alert kind of, all right? But go over and watch it. It's very interesting to see the data he got when he asked people to complete that children's rhyme. Now, I remember when I was 8 years old in Deer Lodge, Montana, on the playground, and we had the version he said is the most common in the US is what we sang. That's what we sang. But here's what's interesting. He proves, not scientifically, but by his experiment here, he proves that the version in the UK was changed by the influence of The Simpsons on TV. Because it shows that the version in the UK, the version in the US overtook the version in the UK just for the 90s. And then it went back to what it was before that. And that's when The Simpsons that was when it was the most famous for children. And then children stopped watching it after the 90s. And so it reverted back to what was already like natural sounding for the Brits. Now some might say, well, it was imposed by the parents. No. I think it's as a linguist, I'm thinking, right, the British, something sounds more natural to them, whereas with the Americans, something else sounds more natural to them. Was it Robin laid an egg or Robin flew away? Well, for Americans, Robin laid an egg. If Robin flew away, then what does it matter that the Batmobile lost its wheel? If you remember, that's the next line, right? Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin did what? In England, it's flew away. For Americans, it's laid an egg. It's a play on Robin being a bird, right? Did he fly away or lay an egg? Right? Of course, Robin was a character, a human. Right? So Batman smells. I don't know why he smells. Maybe he farted, for 8 years old. That's funny. And Robin laid an egg, which is hilarious to think of a grown man laying an egg. And then Batmobile lost its wheel and Joker got away, right? So for the UK, it's Robin flew away. That seemed more natural to them. Whereas Robin laid an egg is too silly, I guess, for them. Whereas the British are very silly. But he showed it because it showed up all across UK. All at once, boom. The distribution was universal across the UK. Whereas with other children's rhymes, they were localized. The variations were localized. Sometimes from town to town they were different. But the regions were very distinct, and it was the same way for other things, right? And so he shows this on the distribution graph, the distribution map of the UK. And then with The Simpsons, it's like it appeared universally across the entire UK, which that obviously proves it's from television, right? Or the internet now. But that's back in the 90s, okay? So it was imposed by television. Now, how does this relate to the Mandela Effect? Well, just think about it. What if you say, oh, my memory of this was that it was this way, but this is what it is, and I've never heard that before in my life. You say something changed in the universe. Really? Maybe it's just a geographic distribution thing. Maybe it's something like that. And then you say, well, but the things that are changing for us are things that are like in a video on TV, like Britney Spears and her microphone. I swear I remember her having a microphone in that video where she's dressed in red as, wicked, and then dressed in white as from above, right? You remember this? I swear she had a microphone, and now she doesn't in the video. Well, that can't be the same kind of thing as with the Jingle Bells children's rhyme. It's not the same kind of thing, but it's a similar kind of mechanism, okay? So I want you to go watch that video. I want you to comment below how this video, how you think it relates to the Mandela Effect and what's going on with these people who are crazy about trying to impose on everyone else their memories of what something was, saying it should be that way, it must be that way, it was that way, and you guys are the frauds. You're the fakes. You're not the real world. See, that's the implication. They'll never say that, but that's the implication. And that's what really makes me angry when I hear these people like crazy cultists insisting that what they believe was reality. I don't think they realize that that's how they're coming across. But they think that that's reality and you are wrong and you're not part of reality. Now they'll try to dance around that by saying, well, there are two realities and I'm just from another reality. Well, then how are you here? How are you here? If you're from another reality, how are you here? Oh, it's by quantum physics. I'm calling BS on that. Because you have no idea what physics is. You have no idea what quantum physics is. You're speaking to someone who is an astrophysicist, and you're trying to pull this hood over my eyes and say, it's quantum physics. It's a change in the timeline. There are no timelines. Grow up. Grow up. Stop wasting your life. I'll bet there are quite a few of you who play video games too. That's another waste of your life. You really want to end your life with all that time being wasted on Mandela Effect? On swearing that your memory is God? This is reality. Let's suppose that you did change timelines. Let's suppose that you were on another timeline and something happened. Whoop! I'm on another timeline. Oh, not everything's changed, but these particular unimportant things changed. Okay? And so what? Stop complaining. You're here. This is life. This is reality now. So you've got to stop it. Yeah. Let's suppose that you're right. You have to stop it. Stop complaining. Stop trying to change people's memories who are from this timeline. You know how sick and evil that is? It's very evil. It's very sick. You are not in your timeline anymore. You're in this timeline. Therefore, you have to change your memories to match this timeline and live in it. And if you don't want to, go somewhere else. Do you know how? If you don't know how, then stop complaining. And stop trying to harass other people who are from this timeline. How's that for a sober talk to you? The rest of you who are from this timeline, may the Lord bless you as you seek Him and stay sane with all your heart.